So this is like a completely different type of video than I was planning on making. But I'm just going to make this. And this is a lot more comfortable for me to make because I'm just basically talking out loud. But to you guys, I guess, whoever is watching this. That's my main point of making this, I guess you say, is if anybody is going through anything similar to me, I wanted to be able to, like, maybe give you guys something to relate to, or somebody doesn't feel like they have a support system. I mean, I know this is like not a real interaction, but still, it's just good to hear people go through similar things that you might be going through. So I want to make a video for a while now about mental health. I'm a huge mental health advocate. I believe that needs to be talked about more, and a lot of stigmas need to be ended with it. Now I do have mental health like concerns myself. I don't know what the appropriate way to word that is. I mean, I have been by a psychiatrist, multiple, diagnosed with PTSD. It's like severe anxiety, and I guess it, like, I've had a few psychiatrists tell me it's like social anxiety, but I'll get to that later. I don't really think I have social anxiety. I just think I have general anxiety disorder, like GAD, which is what most of my psychiatrists have said. But anyway, so yeah, that's interesting. And also, I throughout periods of my life, I've had depression, more like circumstantial depression, but yeah, and seasonal depression too, which is very real as well. So my main struggle though comes with anxiety. Now, with it being social or not, that's where I kind of have like a weird relationship with it. Because like I work like customer service jobs. I'm working on my master's in psychology. Like I love people. I love being around people. But just to like go out and do anything, it's like I sometimes just panic. I mean, it's affected me for sure, and like it's normal, I think, to like have your days and even weeks, like you need to do whatever you need to feel better and heal. Like, don't make yourself uncomfortable. But I will say, like, there is like almost, oh my gosh, for like the past 3 years off and on, it was really bad. About 3 years ago is when it started. Getting severe like social anxiety, I guess, more than like just normal. I mean, I have anxiety almost all day, and it's something I've learned to actually try to control, you know. And I go to therapy and I talk to my therapist. I have a good support system, but it's like also I appreciate it kind of now because it definitely makes me more on guard, which isn't always like good or fun. And yeah, stress is horrible for you, but it's like, I mean, I probably make better decisions than I would if I didn't think about things. So anyway, with the like social anxiety aspect of it, like I hate going like out to eat. I hate, and well, I shouldn't even say I hate it. I love it, but it's like I will panic beforehand. And then it just kind of like, if I feel any sense of being rushed into something, or if I like I'm running late, like, you know what I mean, feel that like, oh gosh, I gotta hurry, it throws my whole day off. And I've learned to try to like teach myself that even if I have a moment like that during my day, it doesn't mean my whole day have to be like that. But yeah, I mean, I make myself sometimes leave the house. Like today I worked, which that's something else I want to get to in a second with the social anxiety part, but I worked and I did go out and get food, and like I actually felt okay. Sometimes I don't feel so okay. I mean, there's times that even like to go to work, I'm panicking. Now, obviously, I'm not going to call off of work. And that's one thing I think is really important. Sorry, I'm all over the place. I should have like made a like list, but seriously, like holding yourself accountable is the main thing I could stress. Not so much, not because you have like anxiety disorder or anything like that, but like make sure like you keep your obligations, like you make it to work. I mean, there's of course, if you have like a really bad day, that's okay. But like, you know, having things that plant you, and you have like accountabilities, like you have to go to work, you have to pay your bills, you know what I mean? Like that will help greatly with dealing with like anxiety, because it kind of pushes you to keep going. And I'll see with me, like if I don't have to do something, that's when the panic is real bad. See, I work customer service, as I said, and I'm around people all day, like every day, and I love it. And I love like meeting different people and getting to hear their stories and getting to like laugh with them. And it's just so amazing. But at the same time, a part of me inside, not the whole time, like during interactions, but most of it is like, do I look okay? Do I like, is my hair okay? So I'm like, even with the like making videos, me touching my hair. Now that is something I've done my whole life. I don't think it's just because I have like any disorder, but it's like I get worse with it. Okay, so I just accidentally clicked off the video and now I have started it again. So I'm gonna have to fuse these together. So there's an awkward little moment. I'm sorry about that. But no, so like I think with anxiety, it's important to remember, like, there's really good reasons people have anxiety. And even if there isn't a reason, it is very common and it's normal and it's hard to deal with sometimes. I mean, I've had friends get so mad at me because I couldn't go to something or I didn't, like, you know what I mean, like, want to go do something. It's like, it's not because of them. It's not because of anybody. It's just because of me. Like, some days, if I don't have to work, as I said, with the accountability, if I don't have to be somewhere, I don't usually, like, want to get up and, like, just get dressed and, like, leave the house because I don't, like, you know, I don't really need to. Like, unless I need to, it's like, why would I just, like, go spend money? Which isn't really, I mean, it's good if you're, like, saving money, but it's also, like, I do it way too often for it to just be, like, good for money. It's kind of, that's not really my motive either, but, no, so I think just supporting yourself with people that understand you and people you feel comfortable with. And I wanted to make this video in December originally because of it being the holiday season. I know a lot of people get depressed, including myself. It's dark at like 5 p.m. and it's like, it's just depressing. And also like at the time of like the season and stuff, I think me and almost everybody I know thinks of like loved ones who either aren't there or maybe passed away around that time. So it's hard, you know, and then, so for me personally, what I guess I was going to try to like link over into is like dealing with PTSD. Technically I have CPTSD, which is complex, post-traumatic stress disorder. And that is basically the only difference being, in my opinion at least, like everything I've like studied, in school, and then also what I've been told about myself, it's like CPTSD is when you had traumatic events over like a long span of time. And it's like, for me, I mean, maybe I will start making videos about it if people would feel any benefit from it. But with my PTSD, it's almost like every 2 years the past, oh my gosh, since I was in 3rd grade. I'm 27, about to be 28, so that's a long time. Every few years, something really traumatic happened that it did alter, like, just everything. And, yeah, it's difficult. But with the anxiety part, it's like, I have to, trust me, there's days I don't want to get out of bed. I don't want to go to work. I don't think I can do anything. And it's like, but I make myself. And then I feel, even if it's not much better when I get home at the end of the day, I feel a little better because I did that. I also always try to talk to other people. A lot of people, especially like that I work with and like my friends, all like ask me stuff about like mental health because I'm so open about my issues. I don't really care if somebody has an issue, something that I have wrong with me. Like I'm not embarrassed at all, and I would love to help anybody else that feels the same way as me. So it's like, I want to kind of do this for YouTube. I'm a little, like, anxious, just because it's my first video, just, like, kind of sitting here talking. But, yeah, I hope to make more of these, because I feel like that is, like, a way I could, like, actually maybe help others who feel similarly to me. Or, even when I was younger, I mean, I went through a lot of things, not just, like, traumatic things, but, I was pregnant with my daughter when I was 20, and I had her when I turned 21. I turned 21 July 5th. She was born July 21st. And I grew up quick. And it's like, I just wish, like, I don't know, I wish everybody could have, like, success. Like, I know I wasn't, like, a young mom, but it's like, I mean, I was young. And it was hard. And it's like, I wish everybody had the, like, support I had. And it's like, if there's any way I could even just like be like a video you can listen to so you don't feel so alone, like that's okay. Like it's something. I feel so, like I feel like it's like my main job like in my life is just to like help others, because I've been, you know, through a lot of things, not just like things people have done to me, but things like I've like gone through myself. And it's like, you know, it definitely gets to me, and I think about it. I think it's normal to think about things you've done wrong, but when you have anxiety, I've noticed a lot of people I know, and even people I've helped before, like it's just crazy, because like you almost like obsess over what you've done wrong, even if it wasn't that bad. Now don't get me wrong, like it's definitely good to reflect on like what you've done, good or bad, and like I always try to like make amends when I can and when it's like safe. But it's like, you know, I think that when you have anxiety, it's like the thoughts, like, because the impulsive thoughts keep coming in of like the self-doubt and stuff, and it's just like it's like a horrible cycle. So I think it does make it harder. I don't know. And also like with personal relationships too, I mean, I don't like being on my phone at all. Now I've always been kind of weird. I don't know if, not weird, but I've always like not like just sitting on my phone, like texting. Like I've never been like that. But like I've always at least responded to people before, and now I have like almost 50 unread messages on my phone, and people always ask me like, oh, it's so weird, how come you have so many messages? It's like, because I literally, if I like am not at work, or if I'm, you know what I mean, if I'm at home, usually I'm doing something with my daughter, and it's like, and then I honestly just try to avoid the phone, but it's like I still have to look at it, because like there's sometimes it's work stuff, it's like, and I just don't. And then the anxiety builds up, because it's like, oh my gosh, what if I miss something? I know it sounds so silly maybe, but it's like I just get such bad anxiety with the phone. Same thing with people. Like sometimes I know with anxiety, and I'm assuming, I mean, it's definitely related for PTSD with me, but it's like I don't want to come off as a burden to other people, so I don't want to accidentally say, like, if they even ask how's your day, I don't want to be like, oh, it was horrible, like I was having panic attacks all day. And I know that's why I want to make this channel more about this, so people can say that and feel comfortable and know it's not going to bother me. Like if you ever felt like that, comment below. But like basically it's just the fact that like I don't want to bother them with my issues or what I'm upset about, because I want to know what they're going through, you know. And it's like, so I try to like check in on them, see how they're doing, and it's like, but then I always kind of like isolate, which is another thing I think is really important with anxiety, is like to not isolate. I know it's very difficult to not want to, because first of all, you're anxious, and it's honestly so hard to be around a lot of people when you're anxious. Like even if you didn't have a social anxiety, it's when you're going through a panic attack, you don't want people staring at you and watching you. I know for me personally, and honestly, anytime I'm in public and I feel panic setting in, it makes it 10 times worse, just because I know people could see me like breathing crazy, or like sometimes having to sit down. It's like, it's just bad. But I think just remember that, you know, there are resources and hotlines too, and I've called them. I have a great support system even, and I've called them at times because I just wanted to talk to like somebody who knew, you know what I mean? It's like their job, like, I don't know. I'm going to link those below though. But yeah, this is just going to be the first video. Sorry I was all over the place. I should have wrote something down. Didn't even think of it till I started the video already. But I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will post another video by the end of this week. Bye.